World of beauty tonight, especially when you see Lucy Norris joining us. She is the expert with Dr. Brandt Skincare here, and she's the Vice President of Patient Relations. You've been with Dr. Brandt for 10 years.
Yes.
And just when we think we've seen it all, oh, you have not. We've got another big launch of a skincare product that you may have read about in all the major magazines, because Dr. Brandt, with over 30 years of experience, you know, bring his high clientele. When I say high clientele, I mean the biggest celebrities saw Dr. Brandt. And so for those of you who are not familiar with this brand, Dr. Brandt is anti-aging, or is to anti-aging what Steve Jobs is to technology. So let me say that again. Dr. Brandt is to anti-aging as to what Steve Jobs is to technology. He truly is the undisputed leader of anti-aging, targeted topical technology, which leads us to our very first item, where we're going to be addressing from here up. The new 3D volume on my, I'm obsessed with, is coming from here down. So let's talk about from here up first with a product called, this is the Crease Release. This is a wrinkle relaxer. It's something out of this world though, Lucy. I've never seen anything like it before, because we blink about, you know what, 10,000 times a day. Right. You know, just to go ahead and smile, it takes about 58 muscles. So we're constantly making these expressions. This is not something that's just addressing lines and wrinkles. This is addressing expression lines.
Exactly. This product here is groundbreaking. So this is a high performance wrinkle relaxer, and what it's going to do is address all of those muscles around the upper part of the face. And why that's important is because a lot of the time those muscles, like you said, we're blinking 10,000 times a day. 48 muscles are involved in just frowning. So we need to address them and target them with a high performance wrinkle relaxer, just like Crease and Release. Now with Crease and Release, what it's going to do is going to smooth the appearance of those expression lines. It's also going to soften and reduce the appearance of the expression lines and wrinkles. It works instantly as well as cumulatively. So you'll notice a difference as soon as you put it on, but over a month of using it, that's when you'll really start to look in the mirror and be, whoa, that really is
And I want to share
incredible.
with everyone, because after, listen to this. You apply it on, and again, it's from here up. Whoa, look at that. I just put some in my hands. Oh my gosh, that wrinkle's gone.
Exactly. And I'm gonna do it again for the...
Okay, so here's what I love. As soon as you apply this, here's that instant gratification. Again, this is from the nose up. That's the crow's feet, the 11 lines, the forehead lines. In 15 minutes. And again, these are deep, serious lines. 80% reported that the fine lines and wrinkles and the crow's feet area are smoother. That's in 15 minutes. Hey, it gets better. It's like a party, right? After 1 hour, 88% reported that lines on forehead look smoother. 96%, this is after 1 hour, reported that lines and wrinkles on the crow's feet area look smoother. All right, that's great. It gets even better. 2 weeks later, 88% said the forehead lines look smoother. 96% visible improvement in all the expression lines. Now give us a month, every single person reported that lines between the brows were gone. Yeah. Every single person reported that the product visibly improved the look of the expression lines. That's the crow's feet, that's the forehead. So again, this is a product, and I just put it on.
And you can notice the difference straight away.
Look how it just erased that one line, gone.
And it's going to make those
where did that line go?
Lines definitely smoother.
It's here.
But not on the other side.
But it's not on this.
And how it's working is Crease Release actually has magnesium in it. So if you think about runners, before they run a marathon, they're advised to load up on magnesium. And that's to prevent their muscles from cramping. So the Crease Release has the magnesium in, as well as a triple blend of peptides. So it really helps to address those lines and those wrinkles, helps smooth the skin out as well. Works instantly as well as cumulatively. So if you start using this now, by Memorial Weekend, you won't have to hide behind those glasses anymore.
Look at that.
Because it's going to address those crow's feet and the lines between the brows as well.
Now, give that 15 minutes. I already start to see it. Look, look. Is that?
It's instant.
Okay. All right, they're moving us along because it's so limited. This is Dr. Brandt's one and only